Hello, I'm Alana from Alana Kane Yoga, and I have a passion for how Yin Yoga transforms your mind and your body. Today, I am a guest on Yoga Lifestyle with Melissa, and I will be talking about my 3 top tips when it comes to Yin Yoga for beginners. So this is a great video to check out if you're just starting a Yin Yoga practice, or maybe you are thinking about trying a Yin Yoga practice. And on my channel, you'll find a whole bunch of videos for beginners, so I hope you check that out. Melissa will be on my channel talking about the 3 problems everyone experiences when practicing Yin Yoga and how to solve them. So that is definitely a good video to go check out. So today I'm just going to overview a little bit about what Yin Yoga is and what to expect during the practice, and then go into my 3 tips. So Yin Yoga, it's a little different from your normal yoga practice. We are holding poses anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on how advanced your practice is, and most of the poses are all seated. So this practice is heavily focused on our fascia, which is our connective tissue, our bones, ligaments, tendons, everything kind of supporting our structure versus our muscles. So in a Hatha, Vinyasa, Ashtanga class, usually you're doing a lot of repetitive movement to try to strengthen your muscles. So let's get into my 3 tips for Yin Yoga. Especially if you're a beginner, I know my first class was kind of like this whole new experience. I had no idea what I was walking into. So I want to get you a little more confident on maybe what that looks like and how to go through your practice. So during the practice, you'll probably start with a nice meditation, and then usually you'll be cued into a pose or a few poses at a time, and then you can do some counter movement to loosen that up. So it's very breath focused. You'll probably do some breath practice before you get started, and then that'll take you through the rest of your practice to help calm your body. And then you'll have a long Shavasana, so there's really not too much to worry about when it comes to a Yin Yoga practice. You're not going to be moving a whole lot. You're not going to be scared that you're going to die of cardio or that it's too hard. You're going to be sweating. No, super relaxing, super great to just kind of have an hour or 90 minutes to yourself, however long the class is. So my first tip is to just approach your practice with an open mind. So Yin is a very kind of self-discovery practice, so it's very big on noticing and listening to your body. So when we're in the poses, you can start to kind of notice how different poses affect you, maybe bringing up thoughts, maybe bringing up emotions, whatever it might be. So just really keep an open mind every time you practice. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have days where you're so tight and one pose might be extremely hard versus another day where it's super easy. So no judgment here, no judgment on your thoughts, no judgment on your body. Just listening, being aware of what's going on, and bringing that to other areas of your life. So maybe if your hips are always super tight when you practice Yin, maybe you do those more and more and more. Or for me personally, pigeon would give me an anxiety attack a lot when I started to practice. I was really uncomfortable with the pose, and it was bringing up a lot of emotional things. So what I did was I started doing pigeon more and more and more, and now it's one of my favorite poses. So you can definitely lead your body into a more calm state, a more open state, and maybe get rid of some of those blocks that you've been carrying in your body. So my second tip is it is okay to readjust and move. So Yin is all about finding that edge that you can hold for a few minutes, which is very important, and we shouldn't just go right into a very deep pose. We can kind of work our way into that. But depending on the day or depending on what's going on with you, you might be just sitting there fighting yourself the whole time you're on your mat. And I want you to know that it is okay to readjust. It is okay to move. We want our Yin practice to help us get to a more calm state and not a kind of emotional roller coaster type state. So if you are having any issues in a pose, or maybe your foot's falling asleep, you can always readjust. Maybe just find a child's pose or a seat or whatever's more comfortable for you. That is always the case in any yoga class. If it's not working for you, listen to your body and come into what is working. And my last tip is use props. So we use props for a few ways. One is to help our upper body just kind of relax and be a little more passive when we're in poses. Maybe hold up our head, grab a bolster to kind of just lay on. But you can also use props to help your body into the poses. All of our bodies are made differently, so some poses are a little harder depending on how we're built. So you can put props under your legs, under ankles, under hips. It just depends on how you should use them. And your teacher should have a lot of options for you whenever you're taking a class or even just a class online or on YouTube. So those are my top 3 tips. I would love to hear more about if you have tips or any other questions about starting a yin yoga practice. It's one of my favorite practices, and I have seen amazing transformations through all of my students. So I'm really excited for you to try this practice. And like I said, just keep an open mind about it. It took me a few practices to really embrace it and get comfortable with it. So thank you for hosting me, Melissa. I hope you go check out her video on my channel, and be sure to hit subscribe on my channel and hers to get the latest videos and more information about yin yoga. Thanks, and have a great day. Namaste.